Hey, welcome and a very Merry Christmas to one and all. I hope that this day has started in a wonderful way and continues to be an amazing day for each of you. We want to take a moment just in the center of this Christmas morning to focus on the one who it's all about. That one is obviously Jesus. He's the reason of the season. He's the main event of the celebrations of our Christmas time. I want to take a moment just to read you what is my favorite Christmas-related verse, and it's found in the book of Isaiah. I love it because this is a prophet, Isaiah. He's prophesying and foretelling the coming of Jesus Christ, a child given to us and a Saviour come down. Let me read you these verses. To us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders. He will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of his greatness and of his government and of his peace, there will be no end. Do you know the two words that really stand out to me as I'm reading that? Is to us a child is born and a son is given. We understand that just like it says in John 3:16, that well-known gospel-related verse, that Jesus Christ was given to us by God as a gift, but he came with a purpose. The son that was given us, the child that was born, had a purpose for being born. What was that purpose? Well, these verses tell us that firstly, it was to save us, that he came to bring us in to God's salvation. Secondly, he came to establish his government on the earth. You see, when Jesus was born in a manger, it wasn't just the birth of a baby. It was the coming of a king. And the king, Jesus, brought his kingdom or his rule and reign, his government with him. When you look at this word government, the original Hebrew word means princely power. I love that. So when you read these verses, it says, unto us a child is born, a son is given, and he brings with him his princely power, his rule and reign, and it's a reign that will know no end. What stands out to me about the Christmas message this year is the thought of Jesus living beyond himself for the benefit of others. Think about that for a moment. He did not need to come to earth. We needed him to come to earth. You see, Jesus left behind a throne room. He left behind a crown. He laid aside his majesty to come to earth that first Christmas morning, to be born in a manger, not for his benefit, but for ours. I love that he was born in a manger, a servant king. You know, it says in the book of Mark, chapter 10, that he came to serve and not be served, to give his life a ransom for many. Wow. Jesus Christ, King of Kings, never came in golden chariots with the crown of an emperor, yet he was happy to be born in a manger to Mary and Joseph, to come as a servant king that wasn't looking to be served, but rather to serve, to give his life a ransom or a payment for many. I'm a part of that many, and so are you. Because Jesus knew his purpose for coming was to die on a cross. Wow, he started the journey with the smooth wood of a throne room and a throne that he was seated on. He lays aside his majesty and is born in a rugged wooden manger with animals all around. But then he knows that his purpose is to experience the splintering wood of a cross. He knew that he'd been born to die, to give his life a ransom for those who desperately needed the salvation that he represented. That really motivates my heart today, that when I see Jesus, I see a servant king. But I also see a servant king that says to us today that we should live with servant hearts. We should live lives that are not scared or afraid to lay aside our own preferences for the benefit of others. You know, when you watch the news in this season of life that we're living, there's no shortage of need, is there? You turn on the TV and you see the war in the Ukraine, the famines around the world. So many people with so much need. Yet actually you don't have to travel to other nations to find need. Sometimes it's in our own neighbourhood, in our own community, or even church family. May we have hearts like Jesus that will lay aside our comfort, our inconvenience and other things to step into the world of others and help them whenever we have opportunity to do so. I love that about Jesus, that he never came for anything that benefited him. He came to benefit us. You know, there's a moment in the Garden of Gethsemane where you hear him make this incredible statement that was actually the statement of his life. In that moment where he's approaching the brutality of the cross, he says to his Father, Lord, if there's any way, Father, if there's any way that this moment could be removed from me, yes, please. But if not, Lord, your will be done. He laid down his will for the benefit of those who would experience what he provided in the salvation of him going to the cross. May we be inspired today to celebrate Jesus in the middle and in the midst of our Christmas day. May we be excited today concerning the real purpose and meaning of Christmas. God giving us his only beloved Son, sent to save us. But may we also be motivated to walk in the footsteps of our servant King, and to be aware of need around our lives and be ready to step in and make a difference to help others. I hope this Christmas day is a wonderful one, however you're celebrating it. Let's keep Jesus right at the centre. Let's make it about loving people. Let's make it about enjoying his peace and his joy throughout this day and far beyond. May the Lord bless you this Christmas day. However you're celebrating, wherever you're watching from, may you know the blessing of God in a rich way. God bless.